one of Dad's best designs. And Manfred gets to fly it every day. Let's give that engine a spin. Wow! It's overheating like crazy. Hopefully that's not the final prototype. A dirty, greasy rag. I could always use a roll of duct tape. Mind if I borrow that roll of duct tape from your workstation?
Sorry, Pola. I've got to have the tape on standby until I figure out what's causing the engine to overheat.
Have you checked the fluid level?
2 milliliter.
The voltage on the power output?
Within parameters.
The airflow?
Perfect circulation.
Well then, I'm stumped. If we're to figure this out, some hot coffee is in order.
Danke. Coffee's the fuel of good ideas.
How's it?
Apollonia, mein Gott! It's good to see you.
You too, handsome. Still building my dad's mad designs, I see.
And you're still flying, so that brings you to Sulislav. Not much to do in the capital?
Father sent me a letter. He wants to discuss something about that Valkyria Dominion and some new research he's doing. Apparently it's important.
Well, if someone knows how to deal with these bastards, it's Professor Zakowski. You'll probably find him in his workshop. I'd join you, but I still have to finish up with this engine.
Sure. Keep it up, Manny. I wanted to ask you something, though. I can't help but wonder, how did you end up as my dad's assistant?
Half luck, half misfortune. I used to be a test pilot in Hamburg.
That was before the Loyalist secession, right?
Yeah. Seeing how I did not want to march under Valkyria's banner, I fled to Kiel. There, I got my pilot license and learned the craft. When I saw your father's planes in action during the Operation Eagle's flight, I knew I wanted to fly one of them.
And here you are. Fascinating. You know anything about this Valkyria? Father seems pretty concerned with her.
I had the dubious pleasure of meeting her back when it was just a counting machine. She used to help us with aerodynamics calculations. She did a lot of heavy math actually, overseeing factories, market predictions, and the like.
I know that much, but how do you get from that to ruling an army?
The more data was fed to her, the smarter she became, to the point where she could almost tell the future. Eventually, a group calling themselves the Loyalists decided that her judgment is so impeccable that she should have political power. They've got supporters in France, Germany, even Britain. You know the rest.
To think that the faction in control of half of Europe is taking orders from a machine.
We'll see how it goes. The future's not yet written, Pola.
Keep it up, Manny.
You too, Pola.
Let's give that... Wow! Hey, Dad has finally switched to a hover car. Good for him. Einstein didn't invent those anti-grav generators for nothing. Philip will notice his handkerchief missing. There. Philip's...
What the?
What happened, Philip?
My monocle. I tried to wipe a little speck off it, but the cloth, it's all covered in grease for some reason.
Hand it to me. I'm sure I can figure out a way to clean it.
That would be appreciated.
Hi, Philip.
Good morning, Miss Pola. Your father has informed me that you'll be arriving at Sulislav, but it seems he himself forgot.
Lost in his work again?
Alas, it would appear so. He locked himself in his workshop again.
No worries, Philip. I'll find a way to get to him.
Thank you. that annoying little automaton may help you with that.
Pascal!
Last I've seen him, he was in the dining room, disassembled. Quite a mess your father has made.
I'll be sure to check on him soon. Once again, where can I find my dad?
Professor Zargorski is in his workshop. Unfortunately, he locked himself in and is not responding to knocking.
Don't you have the keys to the entire palace?
Keys? Yes. However, the Professor decided to put an electric lock on his door. If there's anyone here who can open those, it's that pesky little robot.
Where did you say
Last I've seen him, he was in the dining room.
That sounds gruesome.
Not really, unless you consider the disarray he left behind. Professor has turned Pascal off for a bit to tweak some component. I don't know if he got around to it, but the robot is still sitting on the table.
I better go check on him. See you later, Philip.
Have a nice day, Miss Pola.
Sulislav Palace, the home to, and an informal workshop of my father. Hey, Dad is finally switched. Einstein didn't invent... The dining room is on the other side of those windows. I would need something to connect the broken parts of the stand. Strong glue, or something similar. I don't need to haul a broken radio with me. The speaker, on the other hand, looks just fine. I love tinkering with stuff like that. Who knows when it may come in handy. I'll always be in awe of Tamara's talents. Tamara, could you take your utensils? I need to take the core module.
Oh no, Pola, please! I'm in the middle of painting.
And why not just move them somewhere?
I wish. As you can see, I broke my paint stand. It just...
Fine. If I fix it for you, can I have that anti-grav?
Of course, and thank you, love.
Tamara, it's so good to see you.
Well, look who graced us with her arrival. Bored with the skies, love?
Never. I had to check back home eventually. I'm glad I flew in just in time to catch you. How's it going in the world of art?
I've just had an exhibition in France. The people over there are a bit, preoccupied with the recent political turmoil. Valkyria's army came down from Belgium and now occupies the northern provinces.
Yeah, this sort of thing leaves little time for artistic expression, huh?
Indeed. I think I'll focus on creating for now. Paint some pieces, maybe some outfit. You know, you still have to pose for me for that portrait. You promised.
Maybe another time. I need to talk to my dad first. How come you chose Sulislav as your favorite place to work?
It is just so peaceful in here. I can focus, you know? I found out about it from my aunt. She lives in Monaco and is a friend of Professor Zagorski, so she suggested I come here for a bit.
She wanted to get rid of you, huh?
Maybe. Fortunately, your dad has more patience for my eccentricities. Mostly because he spends most of his time locked away in his workshop.
Are those your paints hovering in that anti-grav generator's field?
Yes! I found it lying around, and since my actual paint stand got broken in half, I saw no harm in using it instead.
I can't decide if that's brilliant or just a terrible misuse of advanced technology.
It wouldn't be art without a bit of transgression, love.
Can't argue with you on that. Gotta go.
I'll be here if you need me.
Then Dad put this suit of armor together himself, out of old scrap. Then Dad put this... I don't think I can pick it open. Maybe... Hey, it's that new electric lock. Knowing my dad, he's probably built in some sort of bypass. Maybe his automaton, Pascal, will be able to help me? Dad? You in there? I don't think he heard me. There's the door for Dad's workshop. I've got to find a way in. This tapestry depicts some sort of medieval battle that went down not far from here. Dad and I used to study it in the evenings, making up names and stories for every one of those nights. Now that's a sturdy piece of wood. The wardrobe is so heavy, it's almost a bunker. It would be a... Gerimski's Jewess with oranges. A prized possession. Tamara praises it as an example of Polish realism. For me, it just evokes this heavy feeling, like a harbinger of some kind of burden. I'll help myself with a cup of coffee. Shucks, it's gone. Here you are, Pascal. I'm gonna fix you up in no time. Let's see what's missing. That really did a number on you. I'll need some new parts. One of the ocular lenses is gone. A vocal modulator. A speaker, in other words. You don't have your anti-gravitational module. Here, let me connect that speaker.
So dark. So cold.
No, are you in pain?
No. I'm just being dramatic.
Okay then, he's still miss. I can't give Pascal a dirty lens. This should get rid of the grease. There. Hey, I didn't come here to... Like Manfred always... Except this one went... Let me put that lens in. There. Blink once if you see me.